This here is Boom Studios Go-Go Power Rangers comic issue number 17. We begin over 10,000 years in the past on a planet I'm not even going to try to pronounce. We see a woman who is in labour and is giving the final push to bring her baby into this world. The woman is called Lady Fienna and she gives birth to a girl. The baby is rather cute and apparently has the eyes of her father and supposedly the mother's heart. Then a blue-headed man walks in, and this is in fact Zordon, pre-time warp. Lady Fienna tells him that the father will be coming for them, especially when he discovers he has a daughter. She's given a name which among Lady Fienna's people means order to the universe. That name is Rita. So, this is Rita Repulsa, meaning Zordon's history with her goes further back than we thought. Now, we know Master Vile is Rita's father. Could Master Vile and Lady Fienna really conceive such a child? Maybe Master Vile had a more human form in the past, and then mutated into the form we know from the TV series. In the present, Rita is struggling to do anything with the Dragon Power Coin. It isn't working for her despite every spell she's used. Her knowledge of the coin is limited, but she tells Goldar that there might be someone out there with some answers. At Angel Grove High, we see Zack is not the model student. His assignments are late and he's routinely falling asleep in class. That's because he's tired from his duties as a Power Ranger. So, we return to the original premise of Go-Go Power Rangers, which is to show more of the Rangers coping with their everyday lives, as well as being superheroes. And in this spread we can see the Rangers fighting some familiar bad guys from the TV series. A nice nod to the original source material. Anyway, the Rangers do get exhausted from battling Rita and having to go to school straight after. It feels like it's never going to end. A bit different from the TV show because the Rangers were never shown to be exhausted in school. They always coped and their results in school were mostly good. At the youth centre, Trini is speaking with Jason about the upcoming martial arts expo, probably the one where Tommy shows up for the first time in the TV show. Here, it's revealed Jason had his doubts about taking part because of the time he'd have to put in. Just like Zack, he finds it difficult to balance his time as a ranger with his normal life. At the end of the last issue, a machine resembling Alpha 5 communicated with Zack and Billy. Here, we learn that they didn't tell anyone. Billy wants to tell Zordon, but Zack thinks there's no point. A bit of a stupid move in my opinion, because that machine knew their identities. On to Rita again, and she's gearing up to go somewhere yet again. Throughout the Boom Studios comics, I can see Rita likes to leave the Moon Palace quite a lot. That's very different from the Rita on the TV show, as she was mostly at her palace in the episodes. With Rita and Squat leaving, Finster and the others are allowed to send a monster down to Earth to attack. We then see Kimberly and her dad, and she's still not come to terms with her parents' separation. As her dad is about to explain why he split from his wife, Kimberly's communicator goes off. Ranger duty calls, but I wonder if we'll hear more about this separation later, because I like to know the reason for it. So anyway, Kimberly and the other Rangers morph into action as the Angel Grove Museum of Natural History is under attack from a load of putties. Now we see where Rita and Squat ended up. It's another planet, but according to Rita, this is not one that they conquered. Now the planet belongs to a load of creatures which don't seem very friendly, as Squat even blasts one of them. They then arrive at a run-down nursery, and Rita tells Squat she's looking for another life. She picks something up and says she has everything she came for. The item she's holding looks just like the toy Zordon brought her when Lady Fienna gave birth to Rita. So this is actually her home planet. She didn't conquer it, but something bad definitely happened. Back on Earth, the battle at the museum escalates as the Stabosaurus Rex arrives. Jason tells the Rangers to lead the civilians out, whilst he takes on the monster alone. Trini was hesitant about leaving him alone to fight the Stabosaurus Rex, and maybe Jason could have done with some backup after all, because the Stabosaurus launched an attack at Jason, which he deflected with his power sword, but then sent the blast upwards into a large dinosaur skeleton hanging from the ceiling threatening to hurt the civilians below. Suddenly, a force field kicks in to protect the civilians and Trini. It turns out it was the Alpha from the previous issue. It reveals itself as Alpha 1. That explains why he looks like an Alpha, but why is the headpiece such a menacing design? Anyway, this Alpha seems more aggressive than Alpha 5, as he turns to attack mode and takes all the putties out easily. Alpha 1 tells the Rangers he will explain everything later, but for now, Jason needs help. Rita's back on the moon and she's conjuring a spell. A quick mention of Lokar, who we know from the TV series. Apparently, she paid him a lot for the spell. When she did that is another question, as she says he'll be communing with the afterlife personally if the spell doesn't work. The toy that Zordon brought her is then smashed and a voice asks who summoned them. Rita says, "Hello, Mother," as it turns out to be Lady Fienna. That's where this issue comes to an end. It was an enjoyable read with some good reveals like Alpha 1 showing up in front of the Rangers and Zordon's original form. I also liked seeing how Rita's mother was not seemingly evil and how Zordon knew Rita since birth. It's what I like about Boom Studios and something I expect from them now. They take established canon from the TV show and then put a twist on it so it's still faithful to the show, but with more background. Seeing Lady Fienna on the last page got me thinking. It's obvious she's wearing the dragon shield. But why is that? We'll probably find out later. We also saw previously that Lorian was morphed without the shield. So when Ninja forged the dragon power coin, it didn't give the Green Ranger the shield we're used to seeing. So it seems Rita will take that shield from her mother and add it to the Green Ranger's suit. I'm looking forward to learning more about Lady Fienna and how the Green Ranger powers as we know them came to be.